No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New England Patriots. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Carr now on first down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Shakir on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
Well, so much for being backed up against the goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
They run with Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, this is Harris. Breaks a tackle, shoves him away, and bulldozing his way through. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The 32-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now here's a carry heading left. Room to run past midfield. Gets past one man. And down right around the 37. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy. Unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. And he'll give it here to his running back. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
It's 14. Raiders nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Patriots 21, Raiders nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be brought out from the middle of the... And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I'm here all day. 45.
Throwing on first down is Carr. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Carr steps away to his left. 19 yards there on the pickup. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And brings up 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Carr now on first down. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. This is caught. Touchdown! Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Raiders 7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, when not much time, we'll see how they play this. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Well, this is really where Cooper Kupp separates himself from some of the other receivers, his ability to make plays happen after the catch. Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them. They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation. So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them. And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Target. 734. 45. Mike, 45.
To throw, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
93.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
93. 45. Mike. Express. So we got man. 45, Mike, 45. 29. 45 to Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Again, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
6-18. Express. 45 to Mike. Check. 45 to Mike.
Let's get it together.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They go play action now. Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play. He's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Now that Patriots sideline not happy with what just transpired, and they're going to throw out the challenge flag. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd down, it's Harris, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing now is Carr. He gets it complete to Harris. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
45.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr, that's complete to Robinson. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Carr again. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for the Raiders.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this. It just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game. And now this time an interception return for another score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Now Carr. This goes out wide from Madison. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Solomon Thomas gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45. Express.
Check.
45. 45.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe.
Hey, report.
They go play action with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield.
Got you. Single. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
I got you. Easy. Kill. You're on line, baby. Get this.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Ready.
Don't get nervous.
Kill. Kill. Turn up. Tighten up. Check. Lucky.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist, twist. Slam, slam, slam.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Watch QB drop.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
He rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted.
Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
637.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. Oh, and now some space to operate. How did he stay on his feet? And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
6 yards. The Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Mike, 45. 45. Express. 45. Get down.
Carr going to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Allen Robinson
pressure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. They'll try and sneak it, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer.
A QB sneak on the two-point try. That's something you usually do when the ball's about 3 inches away from the goal line, but here they get it from 2 yards out.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence, isn't it? And your offensive line, especially the guys in the interior, the center, and the 2 guards, to wedge some space for a quarterback to get there from 2 yards out. I'm with you. Normally, it's really short yardage. That one, that was a gutsy play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Now a second down and 6.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Carr. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.